All right, now this is the NHL segment of the show. Do you mind if we start out by showing the record,
Please
which is
do.
both positive, but we're both cutting it a little bit close. Let's show the NHL record. Show this nice-looking graphic. Nice job by the graphics team. Look, we are both up. I'm 52 and 50, plus 2.5 units, plus 2.2% ROI. You're 55 and 61, average line of plus 107. So that's why you're up 1 unit and about plus 7%, 0.7% ROI. So you're positive, but cutting it close. And let's see what we got for today's card. All right, Jimmy the Bag. There's one bet that I did make. It might be a little bit obvious, might be a little bit low-hanging fruitish, but I did take Toronto, and Arizona is off of two very nice road wins. They've got some life to them, some fight to them, but my sense is that Toronto's just rolling. They're playing good defense, good offense, and their goalie's playing great, and I think that Toronto has got to be the play here on the puck line at least, right?
I think so too. As we've seen lately, these teams are playing very bad on the last game of their road trips. They've been playing very bad. Remember, and you asked me that a week and a half ago. You said when the Wings were rolling through the Western Canada, you said, do you think these guys are going to have a tough game on their final game of the road trip? And I was like, I didn't think they would. I thought they're coming together. They're enjoying not having anything else to worry about than hockey. And then I've been watching it really closely. All these teams they're playing poorly on the last game of the road trip. We just saw the Kings play really bad on their last game of the road trip before heading back out west. I just think I would love to take the Coyotes, and I'll do it a bunch. But in saying that, I'm going to take the Leafs here on the puck line. I just think this is easy.
You're taking Toronto on the puck line.
I am. I know that the Coyotes finally got some offense from somebody not named Clayton Kenner. Duclair got a hat trick, all 3 of the goals versus Sens, and that's great that they can get some offense from somebody not named Clayton Keller, but they're playing on their 4th game of a 4-game road trip. The Leafs have won 6 straight, including the last 2 by shutout. We talked about Frederik Andersen's slow starts. Matthews comes back on Saturday from injury, scores 2 goals. This is a nice spot.
All right, well, it is a big line. I'm going to take him on the -1 line. Jim's going to take him on the puck line. The money line for Toronto right now, best line would be minus 219 at Pinnacle, minus 219 at Pinnacle. And the puck line part of that, best line right now would be plus 135. That's market wide. So Jim's on the puck line plus 135, and I'm on Toronto -1, which is a modest favorite line. Okay, we're going to take it, and I would also be leaning under on that one. Toronto suddenly stepped things up defensively, right? And
they have.
And what's your take on Antti Ranta? He's not too bad, right? Not too shabby.
You know what? He's not looked good this year, but if there was ever a time where he's going to start pulling it together, it's on a nice road trip when they're with the team 24 hours a day and they get a couple wins under their belt.
All right. Next game that I was thinking about, it's the New Jersey and Minnesota game. And Minnesota's been great against Eastern teams at home. And, of course, Dubnyk, after his 3 shutouts in a row, had a bad game. Now he's going to be back in goal. I think we just have to assume that he's going to at least be pretty good here. New Jersey's been low scoring as well recently, so I was definitely leaning under here. And I wanted to lean Minnesota, except the line I think is a little bit too high. Even though it's 5.5, minus 125, I think that the under might be worth a play. What do you think, Jim?
I think the under might be worth a play, but as you said, Wild being 4-0-1 versus Eastern Conference teams when they visit the Xcel Energy Center, I'm going to hammer that all season long. I was on the Wild's train in the beginning of the year, even when they were having injury problems. I lost a few of those games, but I kept saying as soon as they get healthy, they're going to roll. I don't think Parise is that important of a player anymore, and they're going to get Coyle back soon. They've handled that adversity extremely well. The Devils are a nice young team, but they've been playing way over their head. The cracks in the Devils' defense starting to show. They're now 20th in the league in goals against. I'm going to take the Minnesota Wild at the puck line in this game. Really?
Okay, because I'm liking the under. You think that because your puck line and my under are a little bit anti-correlated. The puck line for Minnesota right now, best line would be plus 181 at Pinnacle, plus 181 at Pinnacle, and you want that one, right?
I do.
Okay, and what do you think about the under? You think I should stay off it or what?
There are starting to be cracks in this Devils defense. Now, you're getting 2 exceptional goalies playing at a very high level, so I can totally understand the play. Both Dubnyk and Schneider are very, very good goalies.
All right.
Let's see. Devin Turcotte says the under is a scary play.
Yes, it is. It is. Any 5.5 under in the NHL is a scary play because Minnesota could be up 3-2, and then you get your empty netter, and now you're over, right?
Oh, but my man Alonzo says trap game under is a great play.
All right, I will take it under 5.5 minus 125. A little bit scary here, but I will take it. Hopefully, Dubnyk will have another great game. Maybe Minnesota wins it 4-zip, and then another shout out for Dubnyk. Wouldn't that be awesome? An easy casher for you on the puck line, easy casher for me on the under. No threat of an empty net. All right, I'm gonna take the under 5.5 minus 125. Jim's on the puck line for Minnesota plus 181. What else do you want to add here, Jim?
I'm gonna take the over in the Flames at Capitals game. I know that after allowing 6 goals in back-to-back games, the Capitals held the offensively challenged Wild to a 1 goal in their 3-1 victory on Saturday night. Backstrom has 3 assists and no goals in his last 12, but everybody's saying good things about him and how he's playing, and he's saying all the right words. That's going to stop. That's going to change. He's going to start scoring. The Flames are scoring now. Monahan just had a hat trick. Johnny Hockey says that brawl in Detroit has helped this team come together. There's so much offense in these 2 top 6 forward. I mean, I don't like the Flames top 6 as much. I like the Capitals top 6 forwards very much, even with Burakovsky out. It's a spot where I think there's going to be power play goals, and I like the over.
Yeah, my only concern, I was thinking that the over just seemed obvious. My only concern is that Washington has actually been playing well and kind of modest scoring at home. Their home games have been going kind of under. But yeah, I mean, considering how these teams have been playing recently, the over at just 5.5 and even just minus 110 is the odds right now. Seems like the obvious play. I'm just concerned that Washington has turned a corner defensively and that Holtby will be good here. But yeah, over 5.5 minus 110. Do you want that one, Jim?
I do. I mean, Devin Turcotte saying the same thing. Seems too obvious of a pick. I lean the over, but when will this over train stop? I get it. I get it, but I mean, what if it looks so good? I mean, why should that scare me?
Well, this is one of the ultimate, dilemmas in sports betting. Sometimes when things look so good, as the under did to me with the Manhattan college basketball game at 11 o'clock today, it is that good, and you should bet it and bet it big.
Yeah.
And other times when things look too good to be true, they are, and it's just that you don't know some information, which is the why it's not as good as it thinks, and then you're on the wrong side of it. So,
yeah.
Look, it's sometimes, and we've seen in this show, there have been many times when we've said that. When I've said, I feel like there's been many times in the show when I've said this looks too good, but I think it is that good, and we're going to bet it. And a lot of my low-hanging fruit plays in baseball this past summer were just like that. They were like, it looks too good to be true, but no, it is true. And we bet it. And we bet the over, fading whatever, Bartolo Colon, whoever it was. So I don't know, Jim. This game, my initial lean was to the over, but I'm just going to think about it just because of how good Washington was defensively in their last game and at home recently. Okay,
I'm taking it.
You're going to take it? All right. And I would also be leaning Washington here. I'm just not sure if, but again, we can give picks at 6 o'clock in the 6 o'clock Eastern time show. All right, another game that's along similar lines, which is Winnipeg-Nashville, 2 other teams that have also been scoring recently. But this one, I think the under actually might be a bet, especially if you can get 6. Obviously, 2 very strong goals for this game. Pekka Rinne has been playing very well recently, and I'm thinking that the under 6 might be worth a play here, despite the fact that both teams have been scoring recently. What do you think, Jim?
Well, yeah, because you can get it at Heritage.
At 6 minus 120, and I will definitely throw that one on right now. Under 6 minus 120 Winnipeg-Nashville. What do you think, Jim?
Well, I think there's going to be goals in this game because the Predators take more penalties than any team in the league. And they're allowing the opposition a league-high 5 power plays a game. The Jets have the 8th best power play in the league, and I think it will go up. The Predators have been averaging 4.4 goals per game over their last 7, and they're getting scoring from their whole lineup. So I like over 5.5 with this situation. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take the under at 6 minus 120 at Heritage. Might be. Let's see. Okay, let me see. Let me look for some other. Eric Swiatek likes the Preds puck line. We are discussing that right now. Yes, Nashville against Winnipeg. I mean, I don't have any opinion on the side. Obviously, both teams have been playing well. So I'm going to take the under. A lot of people agreeing with your over on the other one. Antoine Seymour says, "Great show, you guys stay on point. Very informative. Thank you so much, Antoine Seymour." That should get another comment of the day graphic once we make that. We got to make that graphic. All right, here we go. Kamari Durrell says, love the show. Want some money with y'all. Keep up the good work. Break Vegas and bookies. LOL. Kamari Dumal, thanks so much. All right, let's see. What else? So far in NHL, Jim and I are both on the puck line. Probably we should have just stuck with just that and given one pick and taken a nice unit. But I'm also on the Minnesota under 5.5 minus 125 and the Nashville under 6 minus 120. And Jim's on the Minnesota puck line plus 181 and the Calgary Washington over 5.5 minus 110. What else do you want to add on, Jim?
And I have the Leafs puck line at minus
Yes.
1.5 that you mentioned.
Yes.
Yes, I'm going to take the Jets at Predators over 5.5.
Really? Okay, head to head. Here we go. Winnipeg, Nashville. Possible that I could push and Jim could win. Over 5.5. Oh, not bad. Minus 110 at Pinnacle right now. Over 5.5. So that's pretty nice. You're getting over 5.5 minus 110, and I'm getting under 6 minus 120. All right. So you really, you think that's a bad play?
Well, no, you're getting it at 6.
Minus 120. Yeah.
That's what you had to do at that point.
Yeah.
I just think these are two very good offensive power plays.
Definitely.
These are two teams that take penalties. I think there's going to be a lot of power play opportunities and goals.
All right, let's quickly talk about another game that seems like low-hanging fruit. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Columbus at Buffalo. Buffalo's just awful, right? Including at home, including everywhere. They can't score, they can't win. And Columbus having trouble scoring recently, but still winning because their defense has been great. Obviously, they got a great goalie. So if Columbus continues to play that way, probably they get another win here. If Columbus suddenly finds their scoring, maybe their defense lets up a bit and they still win. Is Columbus a trap here, or are they a good bet?
I was concerned about it being a trap. They're big favorites on the road, and I'm not going to take these types of opportunities. I know that I thought the Sabres were going to be a good home team. They're not. The Jackets are on a 3-game winning streak. They've allowed 2 goals. They've only scored 5 goals. They're 20th in the league now, 2.9 goals per game. 31st in the league on the power play at 10.5.
Yeah, what's up with that?
So it's the issue is Panarin and Atkinson. These guys are goal scorers. They score over 30 goals every year, and they have 4 goals each on the season.
And will that pick up going forward or not?
I am not sure because we've not seen Panarin. We've only seen Panarin play with Patrick Kane on his line. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Now, I think that the Sabres are leaning towards having Robin Lehner start, and he's been bad, and he's allowed 10 goals in his last 3 games. So that's a nice spot for you, but I'm not going to take these road teams at on a money line for sure with this spot. I would only take them at minus 1.5.
Right. And
I just don't trust it enough to do that.
Okay, I'm going to stay off it, and I think we covered every game except for Anaheim, San Jose. You have any say about that one, Jim?
I think it's a really tough game to figure out.
Okay.
The Sharks always seem to play much better against the Ducks because they're just playing so bad offensively. Brent Burns still doesn't have a goal this year, not recorded a point in 7 games. The Pavelski's not scoring. I mean, this Sharks team is messed. First in goals against average, second in penalty killing, and then 28th in goals per game, 30th in power play. And now the Ducks have 5 power play goals in their last 4 games. I would lean towards the Ducks, but this is a tough spot. So.
All right, so as of right now, Jim has given Toronto puck line plus 135, Minnesota puck line plus 181, Calgary, Washington over, and Winnipeg, Nashville over 5.5. He's going head-to-head against with me. I'm on Nashville under 6 minus 120. I'm also on the Minnesota under 5.5, and I'm also on Toronto minus 1. And that's it for NHL. Anything else you want to add, or shall we move on?
Let's move on.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.